What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here, and as you can see, I'm in my least favorite lost sector, testing on Carl, because Bungie refuses to give us an adequate testing ground. But anyways, I am going to break down all the new artifact mods for you. So let's start with the first one, Anti-Barrier Sniper Rifle. Pretty obvious, this will allow our snipers to break barrier shields. Very easy. The next one is Authorized mod Scavenger. So if we go to our boots, Scavenger mods normally cost 3, now any of them cost 1. So just really good for your builds if you're trying to get a Scavenger mod, but don't have quite enough energy to do so. This will free up some armor space. So the next one is Incendiary Rifle Rounds. Solar Sniper Rifle Precision hits, scorch targets. So for this one, I'm using a Distant Tumulus with no damage perk. Well, it's got firing line, but I'm in here solo. And you can see we put on Incendiary Rifle Rounds, and then we're going to shoot Carl. And it takes, well, first I just do one shot, and you can just see how much scorch it applies. So it applies a little bit. And then we're going to go ahead, and after 4 crits, this only applies on crits. So I get 2 crits, I hit a body, and then 2 more crits, and we cause an ignition. I then swap to Solar, where I have Ember of Ashes equipped, and then when we do it, we are able to ignite in 3 shots. So I'm just going to kill these enemies here. And the thing with this is, I don't know exactly how much Scorch, but I'm guessing it goes from 30 to 40 because that's a pretty common increase on Ember of Ashes. So I'm sure the Destiny Data Compendium will have some more info soon, but you can see it takes it from 3 shots to 4 shots. And then we do it again, just for good measure. So that is how Incendiary Rifle Rounds works, but there's more to it. So then here I swap to an Uzume with Vorpal Weapon, so it's a higher damaging sniper rifle, but still, as you can see, we get the same amount of ignition damage, which is 36,210. So normally ignition damage scales with the amount of damage that's being applied by it, and I'll give an example of what I mean here. So here we just have a traditional Incinerator Snap melee, and again you're going to see we hit for 36,210, and then that 9120 damage is from Solar Fulmination. So it doesn't increase your total ignition damage, it's much like the fragment on Stasis, where you do more damage with a Stasis Crystal Shatter. It's just an additional damage number rather than scaling up with like the ignition damage. So you can see here, 36,210 remains constant, but we get this additional damage from Solar Fulmination. So that's how it's working. But like I said, Incinerator Snap at base, it's giving us this, but now I switch to Winter's Guile and you can see we get more ignition damage. So I'll show you that really quickly. So here in this clip, I throw on Winter's Guile and I'm going to get a ×5 ignition, and 5 stacks of Winter's Guile is 3.75x damage, and that is exactly what 135,786 is equal to. It's 36,210 times 3.75. So the math adds up. However, that is not how it's working on the sniper rifle. It doesn't matter if you have surges or whatever. If you're applying it with the Incendiary Sniper Rifle rounds, then it will always be that 36,210. So here's another example. So in this clip, I have a Whisper of the Worm with Whispered Breathing and Radiant and ×3 solar weapon damage boost. So normally that will make bigger ignition damage, but again, you see we get that 36,210. So it's always the same if it's being applied from the sniper rifle. It doesn't matter if it's a rapid fire frame or the heaviest hitting sniper in the game like Whisper of the Worm. You're only ever going to get 36,210 for your ignition damage, which is still free damage. Like, it's still nice, but it doesn't scale. And this is obviously for balancing reasons, because Whisper, with all those buffs and stuff, that would be pretty broken. So in that breakdown, I kind of touched on Solar Fulmination already. I don't know the increased radius, but any radius increase is going to be nice if you're building into ignitions. And then the damage, again, it doesn't scale your ignition damage. It's just a bonus damage number. So it's that 36,210 plus that 9210 or whatever. And again, when I did the Winter's Guile melee, this number did not increase. The initial ignition did, but the bonus damage from Solar Fulmination did not. And so finally, that brings us to the final new artifact perk, which is Sniper's Meditation. Sniper Rifle hits grant stacking sniper rifle damage, stability, and reload bonuses for a short time. Heavy ammo sniper rifle hits count as more than one. So I don't know the stability and reload bonuses. Again, I'm sure the compendium will have some concrete info on that in the coming days. I want to focus on the damage numbers, and here they are. So here, again, I have a rapid fire frame sniper, and you can see, if I rewind it here, we start at 7232, and you can see I'm getting this on body shots. So where the Incendiary rounds require crits, Sniper's Meditation just requires hits. So that 7449 to 7232 is a 3% increase. Then we go 7666, so that's a 6% increase. 7883, 9%, 12%, and then we max out at 15% at 8316. So kind of what I predicted yesterday in my video. I figured it would be 15% because Argent Ordnance was 15% and Overload Sword is 15%. And I have very good news. These do stack with Surges and Radiant and everything. So yeah, you can get just free extra 15% damage, as I will show. And then here in this clip, I'm hitting for only 24,886 without any of those, without Sniper's Meditation, Radiant, or Solar Weapon Surge. So that 43,639 damage number is 75% more damage, which is 1.15 times 5 stacks of Sniper's Meditation, times 22% from the Solar Weapon Surge, times 25% from the Radiant. So yeah, you can do a lot more damage with snipers. And there's one more thing to note about Sniper's Meditation. So in this clip, I have Whisper the Worm, and watch my Sniper's Meditation. I hit a body shot and I get 2 stacks of it. And then I hit another body shot and I get 4 stacks of it. And then another body shot, and then it still maxes out at 5. But with heavy sniper rifles, the gains go up by 2 instead of by 1 every time. So you get 2, 4, 5. So you get 2 stacks, then 4 stacks, then 5 stacks. And again, it doesn't matter if you're hitting bodies or crits. So here I let my Sniper's Meditation go away. And then we're going to hit crits, and you can see it stacks the exact same way. 2, 4, and 5. And then there I had Ember of Ashes for the ignition. Anyways, that is going to do it for the video. I have a link in the description for a donation to the Bungie Foundation if you still haven't donated to that and want to get some cool emblems and stuff. I have a Discord now if you want to join that. And lastly, if this video was helpful and informative, then a like and subscription would be greatly appreciated. I'm very much looking forward to playing around with these new artifact mods, and I hope you are too. Anyways, thanks for watching and take care.